Nothing special.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, we will not do a recap. We will not do a recap uh, today because our last lesson it was about review.
Yeah.
So we just had a review. So we didn't really did a formal lesson. Okay. But as we agreed, today is your test day.
Yes.
For your test, so you just have two parts. First, test one will be your reading and pronunciation.
Yes.
For test two, we will do comprehension, listening, and speaking. Okay. So,
Okay.
okay. So I will share my screen with you now so that we can start with our lesson. Okay.
Okay.
So can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so here. So this is your, it's like a test paper. It has your name here and our date today.
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, so test one, like I said, reading and pronunciation. So as much as possible, I want you to read this very short story with correct pronunciation and uh, and also a correct rhythm and intonation.
Yeah.
You have to read it like you are reading to a kid. You're reading to a child.
Yes.
If you can see here, there's oh mother. So you have to read to pronounce this word like or to read this word like you are the young mouse.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So anyway, let's start.
Okay. The cat, the cook, and the young mouse. A very young mouse made his first trip out of hole and into the world. He returned to tell his mother of the wonderful creatures he saw. "Oh, mother," said the mouse, "I saw some curious animals. There was one beautiful animal with fluffy fur and a long winding tail. She made such a tender, vibrating noise. I saw another animal, a terrible looking monster. I had drawn meat on his head and on his chin that were lit, that lit, and shocked as he walked. He spread out his side and cried with such powerful and frightening well way that I scurried away in fear without even talking to the kind, beautiful animal. Mother Mouse smiled. "My dear, that horrible creature was a harmless bird, but that beautiful animal with the fluffy fur was a mouse-eating cat. You are lucky she did not have you for dinner."
Okay. Okay. So here, let's start. Let's do this paragraph by paragraph. Let's here. Let's start with the title. So
Yes,
this is
the cook,
yes, cock.
cock,
Oh, cock.
cock.
Okay. Cock. Uh, do you know what a cock is?
No, I don't know.
This is a male chicken.
Ah, yes.
Yes, hen and cock. Okay. But in America, they just call that rooster. We can
Rooster.
also call that a rooster.
Yes.
but mainly, but generally, this is a male chicken.
Male chicken.
Yes, so the cat, the cock, and the young mouse. Can you read the title again?
The cat, the cock, and the young mouse.
Okay, very good. How do you pronounce this word?
Shaw.
Okay, not shaw. This is how you say it, shaw, but it should be saw.
Shaw.
Like oh, saw.
Saw.
Yes, that's saw. So
Saw.
here, a very young mouse made his first. For first, you have to emphasize your T sound. First trip out of the hole and into the world. He returned to tell his mother of the wonderful creatures he saw.
Creatures.
Creatures. Okay. And this is
Mother.
mother. Okay. Okay, so now that I've read this and we tackled the words that you mispronounced, like saw, okay, or creatures.
Creatures.
Uh, first, okay.
First.
Can you say first trip?
First chip.
Yes, first trip. Okay. So, can you read this again?
Okay. A a very young mouse made his first trip out of the hole and into the world. He returned to tell his mother of the wonderful creatures he saw.
Okay, so here.
Wand.
And made.
Made.
Yes. So a very young mouse made his first trip out of the hole and into the world. Can you read it? Just this line. A very young mouse made his first trip out of the hole and into the world. With that kind of um, with that kind of energy.
Yes. A very young mouse made his first trip out of the hole and into the world. World.
World. Okay. Okay, so very good. Now let's go to here. We will continue with this one. How about this? Can you read this again?
Okay. He returned to tell his mother of the wonderful creatures he saw.
Okay. Okay. So very good. So we're done here. So I'll just here. We're done here. So let's go to next paragraph. Um, can you pronounce this word?
Curious,
Yes, curious. How about this one?
fl- fluify. I don't know.
Okay, this is fluffy.
Fluffy,
Yes, fluffy.
fluffies,
Okay,
a
just
fluffy,
like this. Fluffy. How about this one?
fluffy,
How about this one?
full,
It's fur.
fur,
Yes. I'll just write down here. That's fur.
fur,
That's fur. Okay.
fluffy,
And this is
winding
yes, winding tail.
tail,
This one, how do you pronounce this?
noise,
Okay, noise. Okay. Uh, just it's correct, but just add a little noise.
noise,
Yes. Can you read this line here?
a terrible looking monster,
Okay, very good. This is how do you pronounce this?
shock,
Okay, very good. And okay, this is
frightening,
okay, frightening. And this one is
scarlet,
this is scared. Scared.
scared, scared,
Like scur, like a very soft R, like scur, scurred. And it's not raid, it's read I. Scurried.
scared,
Yes. Scurried. Okay.
scared.
Okay. Anyway, before I continue, do you know the meaning of scurried?
Scared it mean scary, scared, fair.
Okay. Scurried. This actually means, I'll just write here. Scurried means to move quickly.
Run away.
Yes. Like, scurried. Okay. Move quickly. Okay. So it's but anyway, if you're scared and you don't want to be caught, of course, you will move quickly in a very little step. So that's what scared means.
Okay.
So he moved quickly in fear. I think the clue here is the word away. I scurried
What?
away
Scare
in
away.
fear. Okay. Okay. But before I'll make you read it again. I will read it first.
Yes.
So here, "Oh, mother," said the mouse, "I saw some curious animals. There was one beautiful animal with fluffy fur and a long winding tail. She made such a tender vibrating noise. I saw another animal, a terrible looking monster. He had a raw meat on his head and on his chin that wiggled and shook as he walked. He spread out his sides and cried with such a powerful, frightening wail that it scurried away in fear, without even talking to the kind, beautiful animal." Okay, anyway, just a reminder, this is walked.
Walk. Walked.
Walked. Yes,
Walked.
walked. So this, because this is also a commonly mispronounced word. I sometimes even pronounce that as walked with the D sound, but grammatically or in English and British standard, it is pronounced as walked with the T sound at the last or at the
Yes.
ending sound. Walked.
Walked.
Okay. Okay, so here. Okay, so now it's your turn to read it.
Okay. Oh, mother, said the mouse, I saw some curious animals. There was one beautiful animal with fluffy fur and a long winding tail. She made such a tender, vibrating noise. I saw another animal, a terrible looking monster. He had raw meat on his head and on his chin that wide and sharp as he walked. He spread out his sides and cried with such a big, powerful and frightening wail that I scurried away in fear without even talking to the kind, beautiful animal.
Okay, very good. But so okay, so these are the three remaining words that you mispronounce. So this is
Meat, meat,
meat. Yes, the A
yes,
sound. Meat. This is
Where?
Whale. Okay,
Where?
and
Kite. Kite.
kind. Okay. Okay, so I don't have to here put this symbol because it seems like you know how to pronounce it. So just a comment of observation. Um, What you have to be conscious about is your A sound, A and I. Like meat. Meat has an A sound, so meat.
Eat.
Kind, I, so kind.
Kite.
And whale.
Well.
Because sometimes like this becomes met. And met is different, like your past tense of meeting, met.
Yeah.
And will, this becomes will. And kind,
Well.
kind.
Kite.
Okay, kind. Okay. But anyway, you know how to read it one by one. It's just that sometimes when we're reading, uh, okay, you're losing the A and I sound sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, let's go here. Okay. So we practiced the fluffy fur.
Five people.
Yeah, fluffy fur. Okay.
Five
So
people.
it's this looks like this sounds like a tongue twister because both has F. Fluffy fur.
Five.
Fluffy fur. Okay, so anyway, again I will read this. After that, it's your turn to read.
Okay.
Mother Mouse smiled. My dear, that horrible creature was a harmless bird. But that beautiful animal with the fluffy fur was a mouse-eating cat. You are lucky she did not have you for dinner. Okay, now it's your turn.
Okay. Mother Mouse smiled. My dear, that horrible creature was a harmless bird, but that beautiful animal with the fluffy fur was a mouse-eating cat. You are lucky she did not have you for dinner.
Okay, very good. But this is
Cat.
yes, but don't worry, it's just very minimal. Like just have to, I think, add a little girly tone, like cat, at, cat instead
Cat.
of cat, cat. Okay, cat. So that's I think that's correct, but it's if we are talking about technicality, it's ass, it's cat. You just have to
Cat.
open your mouth a little wider, cat,
Yes. Cat.
cat. Dinner, well, dinner is correct, but just anyway, there's nothing wrong with your dinner. So it's yes. Um, let's just leave that dinner. Just softer R instead of
Dinner.
yes, dinner. Like we have R, but it's soft. It's not really dinner. It's dinner.
Yes. Dinner.
Okay. Okay. So we're done with your uh, reading and pronunciation. So for your vocabulary here, the only word that we discussed about the meaning is scourge. Would you like to add more? Did you encounter new word here?
Okay. I can understand.
Uh, fluffy. Do you know that word?
Uh, Fluffy is mean uh, uh, the tail, the small tail.
Yes, yes, the tail. Like it's very soft to hold.
Yeah.
There are lots of hairs. It's so smooth and soft. Okay, so that's fluffy. It's other than that, you're okay with the words. Okay. Okay, so before we go to test two, let's let's have you read this one last time.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, starting from the title.
Yes. The cat, the cock, and the young mouse. A very young mouse made his first trip out of the hole and into the world. He returned to tell his mother of the wonderful creatures he saw. "Oh, mother," said the mouse, "I saw some curious animals. There was one beautiful animal with fluffy fur and a long winding tail. She made such a tender, vibrating noise. I saw another animal, a terrible looking monster. He had drawn mat on his head and on his chin that while what I am shocked as he walked. He spread out his sides and cried with such a powerful and frightening way that I scurried away in fear without even talking to the kind, beautiful animal. Mother Mouse smiled. "My dear, that horrible creature was a harmless bird, but that beautiful animal with the fluffy fur was a mouse-eating cat. You are lucky she did not have you for dinner."
Okay, very good. Last word. I noticed this
Violet.
again.
Violet.
Okay. That is wiggled.
We got.
Okay, wiggled. But do you know the meaning of wiggle?
No, no. No.
It's like to shake.
Okay.
Okay, like when the cat shake their butt, their behind, that's wiggle. Right?
We got.
So wiggle, wiggle,
We got.
or the hard I like wiggle. That one.
We got.
Okay, so scourge to move quickly. Cock, it's a male chicken.
No chicken.
Yes,
Rooster.
yes, or a rooster. But you're familiar with rooster.
Yes.
It's just another name for chicken. Cock. Wiggle to shake. Okay.
Chick.
Like wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Have you heard that song by Snoop Dogg? Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like what you call that? Twerking.
We got.
Like, okay, so for your vocabulary, we have three words: scurried, cock, and wiggle.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we're done with your reading and pronunciation for test one. So let's go to test two. So this is comprehension, listening, and speaking. I will have you watch a video, but before we watch the video, we have a pre questions. Okay, pre, so it means before we watch the video. So here, my first question is just based on your knowledge, as what you've known. How vital is the impact of climate change in Vietnam? Or how hard is the impact of climate change in Vietnam?
Let's get this freaking chance in the time.
Okay. Can you feel the climate change in your country as we speak?
Mm, uh, in Vietnam,
Yes.
there. climate change, I think is very big. In the summer, it is hotter, and in the winter, it is colder.
Okay, so that's the effect of the climate change.
Yes.
Okay. Because aside from the from your weather or your temperature, mainly it's about temperature. What do you think is the biggest effect of climate change in Vietnam? Or which part of your economy or your lifestyle has the climate change become very visible or very obvious?
Mm. I don't saw anything.
Okay, okay, that's okay. Uh, for the first and second question, I just want to know uh, how much do you know about the climate change uh, effect in your country? Okay, so like you said, you don't know yet how big is the climate change affecting Vietnam. Okay, because for this problem, climate change, Vietnam, in Asia, I think your country is one of the country who is most affected with this problem. Yes. And you will know why with this video. Okay, so here. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I
With,
can
with,
see.
okay, with my YouTube? Okay. Okay, so this is a BBC documentary or BBC News. So you can see here from the title,
Yeah.
the displaced climate change in Vietnam destroying family. So that's how big is the problem in Vietnam when in regards to climate change. It comes to a point where it destroys family. And we will understand uh, why the BBC decided to put this as the title. So here.
Như đêm 19 á.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, I'll just want to tell you that we have subtitles here, but I will not turn on the subtitle.
Yes.
This is also to test your listening skills. And anyway, this is from Vietnam, so the people being interviewed speaks in your language.
Yes.
Here, let's start.
Đêm như đêm 19 á, nó răng rồi nửa khuya nó sập 3 giờ mấy, 3 giờ rưỡi á, trong phòng rồi tới tuần lễ sau nó sạc thêm canh nữa.
Nói đúng ra theo riêng về tôi á thì tôi thấy đồng bằng giờ nó cũng khó sống, nhưng mà Sài Gòn này dễ sống hơn cái đồng bằng sông Cửu Long.
We believe that youth are the drive for change.
This is such a big problem. Do you
I
feel
can
like
see video. You have do you have a video or only audio? Hello.
Can you can hear the audio but not the screen?
I I can see video on your screen.
But but you can't hear the audio or is the audio too low?
I can hear. I just ask you. Um, it has video. I
Oh,
only audio.
but no audio. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I will try this. Be-
Okay.
Here. Here. Okay, let's start again.
Yes.
Anyway,
Rồi nửa khuya nó sập
can
3
you
giờ
hear it better now?
mấy, 3
Yes.
giờ rưỡi á, bả trong phòng rồi tới tuần lễ sau nó sạc thêm canh nữa.
Nói đúng ra theo riêng về tôi á thì tôi thấy đồng bằng giờ nó cũng khó sống, nhưng mà nói về Sài Gòn này nó dễ sống hơn mấy đồng bằng sông Cửu Long.
We we believe that you are the agent for change.
This is such a big problem. Do you feel like you can make a difference?
Yeah, things starts from small changes.
Forced human displacement is higher than it's ever been in modern history. So we're going to the places and meeting the faces to find out how it's changing our world. These are the people trying to find a home. This is the displaced.
We cannot allow for a runaway climate change.
Scientists predict the world's oceans could rise 5 to 6 feet by the year 2100.
The consequences of this on coastal communities and ecosystems would be catastrophic.
The Mekong Delta is the agricultural heartland of Vietnam, but due to climate change, there have been some drastic changes, forcing people to leave. Vietnam is one of the most vulnerable countries in the world to climate change, the Mekong Delta in particular. It's not hard to see why. It's crossed by a vast network of rivers, has a long coast, and is low-lying. In 2016, Vietnam's Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development found that in some areas, 30 to 100 meters of coastal land each year could be lost to erosion. There used to be 2 houses where you can see this open space of water. In July, they crumbled into the river due to erosion. You can see further cracks here, and you can see these sandbags that have been put in place to try and protect the houses. Now further down here, the couple have created a temporary home because they are nervous that the house is going to collapse into the river.
Ở đây thì thời tiết thì nó cũng thay đổi rồi, thiên tai mà. Dưới dòng chảy bây giờ nó sấy về bên đây nhiều lắm. Bây giờ sấy mòn nó sụp mình không hay. Không có thấy răng nứt gì chứ mà sụp.
Có mình anh tôi nó trống hả? Có mình anh tôi nó trống hả?
Nghe nó sụp nó mới chạy ra sụp thêm cái nữa.
Lội ra thì tới đây được.
Mất.
Rễ nó kéo lên được thì cái nhà mất tiêu rồi.
It must be quite scary for people knowing that this has happened to you.
Ban đêm ngồi đâu có dám ngủ, giờ đâu có dám ngủ nhà, ra cái trái rồi đó ngủ luôn. Che trái ngủ. Chắc nữa phải khỏe lại là phải giờ vô tuốt ở trong sao mới được, chứ không dám cất gần nữa. Vô trong xa chút, ở gần nó xong cũng sợ lắm.
18 million people live in the Mekong Delta, but 1.3 million people left the Delta region in the last 10 years. Less than 300,000 arrived. A study at a Vietnamese university found that 15% of those leaving had moved because of climate change, but this number could be far higher.
If we want to separate who moving because of job, because of economy, or because of climate change, is really difficult. The impact of climate change is a lot. Dry and high temperature, landslide and flooding. But I think the most important that is the salinity. It affects the agriculture activities. When they have no job and they have no money, then they have to move.
Do you suspect that thousands of more people over the coming years will leave the Mekong Delta because of climate change?
Yeah, if logically, then it should be, because the climate change is become more strong day by day.
Increasingly, local families who are unable to adapt or cope with the changes are forced to leave, even to big cities like Canton or Ho Chi Minh.
Theo tôi nhớ thì cũng tầm khoảng 7-8 năm về đây nó cũng hơi bị nhiều hơn, chứ còn mấy năm trước thì có nhưng mà ít. Năm về trước mình sống cũng thoải mái, cũng bình thường vui vẻ, cũng làm ăn cũng được. Nhưng mà thời gian sau này nó có cái khó là dạng nước thì nó nãy cũng có nói đó, xâm mặn nó bị phèn, nó bị nhiễm. Ví dụ như mình ở dưới đồng bằng thì mình trồng trọt cây trái nhà nông mà, giống như nông nghiệp, rồi sau này nó nhiễm phèn nhiễm mặn đó, rồi không có làm ăn được, làm ăn thua lỗ. Thành ra ở dưới thì khó sống, hiện tại giờ khó sống, bây giờ mới chuyển lên đây làm bên ngành rửa xe này. Nói chung ra thì nó cũng trước khi lên đây thì nó cũng khó khăn chút xíu, nhưng mà sau thì cũng vậy. Mình lên trên này mình muốn kiếm một cái sự việc gì mình làm nó bước đầu thì nó hơi khó. Nói chung ra mấy ngày đầu lên thì mình cũng hơi khó chút, nhưng mà sau cái công việc mình ổn định rồi thì mình đã.
Your parents still live in the Mekong Delta. Are you worried about it?
Thực ra cha mẹ còn sống dưới thì cũng phải lo chứ. Vì cái tình trạng bây giờ hiện tại là nó sẽ sạt lở mé nhà thì cũng còn gần ở đó, nhưng mà biết ngày nào nó sẽ lỡ vô. Nhưng mà già chứ thì cũng không kinh doanh được gì, cây trái thì giờ nó cũng thất thu. Cũng tính làm thời gian thì cũng